Hi, I'm James Goulsbra and I'm with Amy Hancock. We are the Bean Counter the Boss podcast hosts. Today we are doing a video series on how we do what we do.
So today we're going to talk about bookkeeping and VAT returns. So we're going to delve into the meaty, this is exactly how we do bookkeeping and VAT returns in our practices.
I don't do it. Lovely.
Well, I'm hoping you don't actually do it. Are you?
I don't know. I'm questioning myself now.
Okay.
Oh, go on. Let's get on with it.
Let's start with, very quickly, software we're using. We spoke a little bit about this in the previous episode. What are you using for your bookkeeping and VAT returns?
So we do QuickBooks.
Yep.
Xero.
Yep.
Free agent.
Anyone else?
No. Well, a client does their own on Sage. Sage 50.
Line 50.
Yeah.
Nostalgia.
That is. Bring back memories. And then, yes, we use those.
What about cash flow with a K?
Oh, so we had one client on it, but now they're on Xero.
Still got one. So they're doing their own bookkeeping. But, yeah, the first and was the best at the start.
It was. I mean, it's just, Iris did well with that one. Anyway.
Moving on.
Anyway, so do you have add-on apps or software that enhances the QuickBooks as Xero, the free agent?
This is where we talk about receipt capture.
Mm-hmm.
So receipt capture wise, I think originally back in the day, I used auto entry, then Receipt Bank, now Dext. And as of this year, 2024, I'm now using Apron.
The game changer one.
The game changer. The game changer is WhatsApp. Spoke about WhatsApp in the last episode, how I use it for communication. A lot of my clients, I say a lot, a few of them, it's not most of them, having another app on their phone is just an inconvenience. So having a Dext app on their phone, some do, some don't. Some just WhatsApp me receipts. And then the fact that I've got one phone for personal and business, and you end up with a mix of pictures of my kids and random dinners, because they look good, mixed in with client receipts from different people, it's a logistical nightmare. So when Apron said we're releasing invoice capture, I think it's called, and clients have the ability to WhatsApp their receipts directly to Apron, thank the Lord.
Yeah.
So I've moved my clients onto Apron now. There are a couple that are still on Dext, just because as Apron evolves, got some that use QuickBooks projects that still need Dext, but Apron are bringing that in hopefully by the end of the year, so I can move them over. Also, I've got a couple on Free Agent, which at present, when this goes out, it might be live, but at present doesn't speak with Apron. So there are still a few on Dext. For me, I wanted to change because of the price point as well. Yeah,
I was going to say, it's difficult because obviously we had a lot of clients on Dext. But where we were a newbie practice, we weren't on the historical licenses that Dext have. So those are the practices who had that are not hugely impacted by the price increase.
I wonder if I was one of those.
So now, we weren't. So obviously we got put into the new band. It then became just too much for clients. Yeah. So we use HubDoc.
Oh, Xero's own.
Yeah, auto entry. We're looking at Apron. We've not brought it into it yet, but it's something we are looking at because, again, yes, clients are WhatsApping things in, and because it's scripted, so it's allowing a secure method of communication. But yeah, we will say we've got quite a lot on HubDoc at the moment. Dex is now starting to really, but we're just not going to use it.
So, are you allowing clients to drop off their records or email things into you?
So,
if you're doing the bookkeeping,
some do, some still do. Some of the dropping in the paper, and they're the historical clients from obviously other James. Yeah, he had, and they're starting to retire. They're starting to move on, exit us as the practice because they don't need us anymore. So they're still in the paper bag. So, but we are putting that we're taking pictures or scanning it in. If they're emailed in, we're just forwarding them straight into HubDoc or the other receipt captures that we're doing.
I'm going to jump in and talk about pricing just very quickly on that. I will come back to it. are you charging more for if they're dropping off and you'll do it? Fab. Okay. Just wanted to... Right. I'll come back to pricing.
Oh, dear.
I'm going to be in trouble. Okay. So, receipt capture software.
Yep.
Essential these days for bookkeeping services.
Yeah, and especially if like we're doing VAT, being very lucky, touch wood, that HMRC haven't done any VAT investigations, but because of how they're now operating, they want things sent digitally. So having it in receipt capture just means we can forward on very, very quickly rather than having to scan it in, send it on. You know, it's that whole long process again.
Yeah.
You've already checked it, typed it in. God, those days are long gone. But yeah, so by using that receipt capture, it's just really quickening things up.
So actually on that, I did have, you said about VAT, I had 2 clients that I registered for VAT, and their first VAT return, I had questions, and you had to send the top highest value, and they were all in QuickBooks, thank God. So
so clients that are using QuickBooks actually are sending in their own receipts and attaching them into QuickBooks. So with QuickBooks, they're doing that themselves without using a receipt capture particular add-on.
Yeah.
That's one thing I really like about QuickBooks is that it can do
It's got it itself. Fab. I think Free Agent has that now as well. So, any other apps that are going into our bookkeeping and VAT services?
I mean, obviously spoke about in the podcast about Expert when we were at Caltech, so it's the game changer. We've brought that into practice now. Yep. Still in the early stages, to be honest, but we're looking at some clients still like to do their bookkeeping and we do the VAT reviews, so we are doing health checks.
Okay.
And we obviously got set Expert have the AI parameter where we can suggest what we want to look for, and the AI will start to then elaborate more and capture something that will trigger something on the dashboard. So the team members are learning. First thing to do, put calls Expert, look at it. Do they need to just ignore it because it's something trivial, or is it something that needs to go in and then they tidy up as part of their bookkeeping? But the point is, when we're doing the VAT reviews, we're giving them the health report saying, look, this is the state of your records. We had to do this, this, and this. Now, the question is, do you need extra training? Or do you want us to do it?
Okay,
And then some still want to do it, so we're giving them some more support. Obviously, that's a fee. But sometimes we're doing it as goodwill because that's the relationship we have with the client. And then sometimes we're saying, actually, it's quite a big bit of work, so we need to really charge you for it.
Yeah.
We believe by doing it this way, we're enhancing the client, we're just adding more value. And ultimately, it just makes our life a lot better. Rubbish coming in just means rubbish is coming out.
Yeah.
So if you get the good stuff coming in, you're going to get the good stuff coming out.
Yeah. So is it on that, the health check, I have been exploring that for a couple of years now when I was looking at Dex Precision. I can't remember what it used to be called. And
Receipt Bank, wasn't it?
No, Precision. The one that gives you the health score.
Oh, yeah, no.
The health score. It was more for an internal thing and a quoting thing, but actually you mentioned AI. And I think actually we're seeing that a lot of software providers are looking at AI to pull out information to make our life easier. So if you have like you say, on Expert, one dashboard, gives you bookkeeping score, gives you issues, and then will alert you. And that's such a good thing. So I'm in a lot earlier stage than you are in that.
Yeah.
Even though I think I probably signed up before you. Never mind.
We'll get there, won't we?
Having something like that in our process, it's going to help multiple areas. It's like onboarding. It's going to help with our pricing, our quoting. It's going to help with ongoing maintenance and future services. So actually these review, I think Expert, Xenon, Dex Precision are the ones I'm aware of. There's probably more out there, but they will all help us to take the bookkeeping to another level, which will be amazing. So pricing on bookkeeping, we'll come back to that. How do you price your bookkeeping service? No, come on.
No.
Please tell me you don't do that.
No, it's part of when we it's part of the onboarding. We try and get to understand the nature of the business.
Yeah.
We look at the amount of transactions they're doing, the amount of invoices that are raised.
Yeah.
And then we have we call them tiers, and we put them into that. admittedly, we have to tweak it slightly. We monitor it. We have to.
So you have like a bronze, silver, gold package?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And do you have, within there, you have transaction volumes that you will...
Yeah. So we've built it into Engager. We have a pricing matrix. So we say if they're in 1 to 50, it automatically will provide that quote.
Okay.
And then 51 to 100 is the next one. And then so forth. That's how we do it. What about you?
Well, just on that, what transactions are you building in to that? Is it bank transactions and sales invoices and purchase invoices?
So sales invoices is a separate thing. And then it's the bank transactions and obviously the receipts. They're kind of, it's one. So obviously they might have 20 bank transactions, but they might have 30 receipts.
You are where I need to be. I was doing it purely on, and I have been doing it purely on bank transactions. Yeah. So I'm cutting myself short because I've forgotten about the processing of the bills and the receipts. So I am going to be repricing my clients, but it's all done on bank transactions on a quarterly basis. And and I've notified my clients that every quarter I will be reviewing the transaction volume and increasing or decreasing, which I have decreased a client as well, depending on the volume of bank transactions.
You're talking about timing as well.
Yes.
So if you're doing the bookkeeping, are you doing monthly? Are you doing quarterly?
Bookkeeping.
Yeah.
If we're doing bookkeeping, it's weekly. So I've got in Hancock and Hastings, there's me, and then I've got bookkeepers, and I do have a tax manager and admin support as well. So my bookkeepers have their own clients, and every week they will go into Dex Apron and process. And we're getting to a point where we're doing monthly bank reconciliations. Yes. We might get sooner, I'm not sure. Depends how we get the bank statement feed in. And then, the VAT quarterly. Most of our VAT returns are on QuickBooks, so we use the VAT error checker.
Yeah, that's good, those.
Which is kind of on the way to expert as well, I suppose.
But it's something Intuit always had.
Amazing.
Yep.
VAT error checker, definitely worth looking at if you're not using it already. And so we are doing weekly bookkeeping, which actually I probably don't tell my clients about enough. When I've had one client that queried their fee, it had gone up quite a lot in the last year because their volume has gone up. Transaction volume, even without the purchase invoices, and also payroll and CIS has also gone up, which is I review quarterly in line with bookkeeping. And actually, when I told them that we did weekly bookkeeping, they were like, "Oh, we thought you just did it once a month."
Yeah.
Because you're communicating with us once a month about transactions that are missing.
No, we're the same. We try it. So the bigger clients, we are doing weekly. Yeah. Some of them we are doing monthly because they only have 3 or 4 transactions a month. Very nice to keep on top of.
Yeah.
But the bigger, mostly it's weekly. Even with the VAT reviews, we're starting to look at it and go, actually, we should be doing this, looking at it quarterly. We should be looking at it per month. Just because...
The error checker, the equivalent.
But also because we get some clients saying, what's my VAT liability going to be? So it starts to be ahead of the curve and sort of say, well, actually, this quarter's quite a big one. So let's, potentially it could be this.
Okay.
And that's what's by doing that, by lifting it monthly, we're actually looking in and going, we're actually providing a better service. It's not costing us more time to do it because we're actually, we're doing few and far rather than just one big go.
So are you telling clients what their monthly VAT bill is?
We're starting to. So it's something we've thought about that we're going to bring in.
I think I'm going to pinch that idea.
Cool.
Because I'm telling my clients to have a tax pot.
Yeah.
And I would quite like them to be aware of what their VAT bill is for the months. And then there's month 1 and 2, and then month 1, 2, 3, obviously if they're quarterly. So that they're ensuring that there's enough in that tax pot.
Yep.
I have had conversations like that, but I haven't, and I've gone in and got the VAT return figure, but I haven't thought about that. So idea.
Yeah, so this all builds into the workflow, doesn't it? You're thinking about how work flowing for the flows of work for a particular aspect of what we're doing.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
how do I do the bookkeeping workflow?
Yeah.
So it can be a little bit client dependent. So I've got some clients in health and beauty that we have to go and fetch the income information, whereas the majority of other clients, they do their own sales invoices. I don't offer sales invoices as a service, and I do say that because it's so client specific and they want to do it themselves. But I will do the matching of the sales invoices if they want it. Sometimes they want to do it themselves. Particularly, I've got a lot of clients in construction, and they might not match exactly to the jobs that the invoice is for. So some clients do their own matching. Other clients, we have to go and get the sales information from them, and that'll be the first thing that we do and put that in. Then we'll probably go to Dext, Apron, get all the transactions in to QuickBooks, Xero, Free Agent, wherever we are, and then we'll go to the bank feed. Then we'll do the matching, and then once everything's cleared, matching or adding, everything's cleared, I'm encouraging my team to then go to the age payables report. First thing that they do, and look through, because if you've got receipts, clients tend to send their receipts late sometimes, and you've already categorized the cost on the bank feed, so you have to go back and then undo it and rematch it. Or I have quite often where you've got the invoice, but you've also got the direct debit mandate for things, so they come through as two separate things. So you've got to go. So I'm encouraging the team to then go and do that. Sorry, forgot bank reconciliation monthly. Bring that in.
How did you forget that?
How did I forget that? Because we weren't doing it monthly up until recently.
Right.
We're using Client Engager to automate emails going to our clients asking for the monthly bank statements to be sent over the portal. So I'm emailing their bank statements. I'm working on it. Clients are replying, and then obviously it comes to me and they've got their bank statements, and then I have to forward it on and say, can you go and do this bank rec? So it's a work in progress, but that's what I would like the bookkeepers to do. And then using the review software, a senior bookkeeper, Karen in our practice, she will then look at expert and we'll go through and go, right, what needs help? And then eventually she'll be the one that's looking at the trial balance and going, because I still love running a trial balance and having a look.
It's disappointment. I think I'm not bad about the bookkeeping profession. It just sometimes there's a guilty of the bank reconciles. That's it. That's what matters to them. I know not everyone's in that. They actually some do look at the trial balance. They look at the control accounts. They make sure it's the right way, it matches up. It makes our life so much easier. It's a pain in the backside when that doesn't work, and you look at it and go, well, that could have been resolved back then. But it's
all the bank
pains of our industry.
All the bank reconciles, and they've left lots of unreconciled transactions that are duplicates, and you're like, can you actually deal with that? So that is, again, training my bookkeepers to do that. There are a lot of bookkeepers we know that will take everything to trial balance. So actually coming in as an accountant is so much easier. But it's the same in every profession, isn't it? So how are you managing your workflow then? Is it slightly different to me?
No, I think it's pretty much the same as you.
Good.
Pretty much, it's quite, very much the same. We have it set up in Engager, so we've got them. The client's been contacted. Stuff's going up into the portal. The team are monitoring each step on, because obviously the task is set. There's things they've got to tick off before it's completed. And then myself, other James, Rebecca, the partners are looking at it and sort of looking at the Kanban and going, right, why is that starting to get near the deadline? It might be the team members forgot to do the final bit. But we're monitoring it from that point of view. But we're using Engage as the workflow. It's working quite well. And things are getting done nice and early, ahead of the internal deadline to meet the external deadline.
So are you reporting more to clients if they don't have management accounts?
Well, we're teaching them. So we're teaching them, so once we've done the bookkeeping, we're saying, look, this is where you can get your P&L from. We're showing them where they can go and get the report. Because they want to know. And why are we withholding? Why do we think it's our job to hold it back? So by doing it frequently, they've got more insight.
Fabulous. VAT returns.
Right.
You do monthly and quarterly?
We do a lot of most on all our clients. We've got one on monthly, the rest are quarterly. So, but as I said, we're looking to bring in the monthly review, so then they get ahead. We're ahead of the curve, so we know potentially what the VAT liability is going to be.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing worse than getting a huge VAT bill right near the 7th of the month after.
Well, with that on the timing, I have some monthly and quarterly, and the monthly ones and quarterly actually, I'm trying to get them done within the second week of the following month.
Good target?
Some obviously go a little bit. Actually, we're doing okay. Good. Apart from this month. It's
holidays. Summer holidays. And everyone's off.
And yeah, we're probably, we're fourth week maybe when we're recording this. And I've got a couple left. And it pains me that we've got a couple left. Yeah. But it's all left in the client's hands. We're waiting for information from them. And they're on holiday.
Yeah. The problem, isn't it? Summer holidays, everything stops. Or not.
I know. So also we're going through an exercise of trying to get our clients onto direct debit for VAT, even though it can be a bit of a lump sum, and if you've got the money in a pot, you've got to remember to transfer it over. Yeah,
we got a client and then a few clients where they've not been paid money, and of course then they've stupidly spent the money it's not theirs. We get that dilemma, and the direct debit fails. You're like, can I go set it back up again, or get them to set it back up again?
They used to set it back up, don't they?
Yeah.
So we've spoken about the software we use for bookkeeping, our pricing methods, and the workflows on the bookkeeping and VAT returns. If anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to share. Next time, we're going to be talking about accounts and tax. See you soon.